It's all your fault!
Calm down, Marc!
The penultimate episode of Marvel's Moon Knight, Asylum, featured more of Oscar Isaac's dynamic and dazzling performance as two different personalities, here having to undergo a rapid, wrenching psychotherapy session in an episode meant to fill in all the gaps in both Mark Spector and Stephen Grant's past. Ultimately, there wasn't much that was revelatory about Asylum, since a lot of it was Stephen learning things we had already been told or could piece together ourselves, but Isaac's masterful acting was enough to easily carry this trippy, effects-filled chapter.
Whoa. That's wild.
Moon Knight began things, basically, in the third act of a much larger saga. Not only was there Mark's background with DID to explore, but there was also his origin as Moon Knight and his time operating as him. Using the mind-bending Jeff Lemire psychiatric hospital comic arc as a catalyst for deeper catharsis, we got to have a half-flashback adventure, one that required both personalities to come to a meaningful clarification with each other in order to progress forward. Adding to this splendidly surreal swirl was the already established psych ward lair, and Harrow insisting that Mark's mind was simply a pendulum swinging back and forth between sense and nonsense. This all allowed Asylum to rise above the rabble and play around with visuals and the concepts of reality, dreams, and the worlds our minds create in order to protect us from harm. Again, Isaac was a triumph here, delivering deep dramatic moments for both Mark and Stephen as they had to confront their shared past. Stephen finally learned that he was created by Mark to shield the body from abuse from their mother. It was a harsh journey for both of them. While we learned about the death of Mark's brother and a childhood tainted by abuse, the biggest reveal was that the death of his mother caused Mark and Stephen to start merging together in a more frequent, haphazard manner.
Why are you remembering her like that? It's not what she was like.
The Egyptology afterlife aspects, as eye-popping as they were overshadowed by Mark and Stephen's sad backstory. The series started off so zany that it certainly didn't seem like the type of show that'd make you cry down the line, but Asylum gave us a handful of heavy, haunting scenes steeped with sorrow. When we finally returned to the moment when Mark was drinking out on the street and learned it was because he couldn't bring himself to join his mother Shiva, it was uncannily powerful. It feels too soon to fully mourn Stephen, who appears to fully perish in the sands of the Duat at the end, since an actual personality seems like something that can be brought back. Still, Stephen's gifted with a hero's exit, saving Mark from the ghouls trying to claim his soul. If it is the actual end for Stephen, it's very much earned.
Stephen!
Asylum covered a hell of a lot rather beautifully. The combination of the hospital Duat setting allowed for it to feel bizarre enough to fit with the rest of the series, while also portraying an embattled mind seeking both shelter and relief. The use of Towerette too, an absurd guide who allowed for exposition and a light counterbalance, helped coat everything in appropriate shades of delightful dreaminess. The most surprising flashback here, since we'd been told what happened already, may have been Mark's actual first meeting with Khonshu. It still worked, however, because it showed us a new key detail, that Mark was about to take his own life. This was a tortured, scarred man, and Khonshu saw an opportunity.
What a waste.
Now as we head into the finale, Mark continues on and Stephen has been swallowed up by celestial sand. Add to this Harrow's plan actually taking effect during this time, and we're being set up for a hectic finale. Mark will be re-entering a world where who knows how many souls are being unduly claimed, so what fresh hell is awaiting when he gets back?
Scales are balanced.
Moon Knight took a beautiful detour with Asylum, cleverly covering a lot of ground and answering most questions about Mark's life up until now. Feeling like a big exhale, Stephen learned the awful truth about his situation, making for the most skillfully sad and satisfying moments of the series to date. Oscar Isaac, mostly acting opposite nothing, or hypothetically himself, commanded the screen like never before, fully laying out the life of a man shattered into pieces, and those pieces learning the terrible truth about each other. For more Moon Knight, check out our reviews of the previous 2 episodes, and for everything Marvel, streaming, or superheroes, stick with IGN.